And as if by magic, I'm at Kempton Park for the Kauto Star Grade 3 Chase, or the Kauto Star, depending on how old you are. Bond secure at the top, James Shea, Chief Minister for Leon Van Rensburg, Gold Cup, Matt Cooper, Road Heath, Darren Thompson, the Bodyguard, Joshua Sutherland, Valiant Prospect, Martin Williams, Zongalero, John Morgan, at close range, Leon Van Rensburg, Barbarella, Padraig Hogan, Langley Mare for Graham Clutterbuck, and Lucky Vane, Paul Parsons. They're away and racing. Short run to the first, but they're all safely over it, although one or two of them were a little untidy. All over it okay. The rain is coming down pretty badly here. How many more years will we come into Kempton, or is it going to disappear? Back in the news again, isn't it, at the moment? And they're trying to decide what they're going to do with Kempton. They're going to try and save it, but whether they do or not, I don't know. Go the way of Chelmsford. That doesn't look like it's going to get saved. But anyway, Zongalero is well clear. Zongalero was a grey in reality, from memory. I think it got killed in the Grand National one year. It's not a grey for John Morgan. It's clear in the lead. Paul Parsons in this race has got a Lucky Vane. Now, Lucky Vane was another good horse in the 80s. I spoke about last week. I'm sure Toby Baldwin used to train that. And by Bridget Swire as they get over the third. See, if you're looking in the forum, you'll notice that Paul Parsons sort of threw down the gauntlet to John Morgan, saying, "My little bay's better than your little bay." And, well, maybe it was last week, and also suggesting to me that it's easy to tell them apart because one of them's grey and one of them isn't. But what you've got to remember is that sometimes I forget I'm not commentating on downtown Tehran radio, as I used to be, where they can't see them. And they just have to go on what I say. So not everybody can see it, you know, as they get over the sixth. And it's Zongalero who's in the lead. From the Bodyguard in second, Valiant Prospect is third. Then Road Heath is fourth. Barbarella is after that one. And I'm sure we all know where Padraig Hogan got the name for that one from. And then Lucky Vane's after that. Bond Secure as well. Back Gold Cup for Matt Cooper. Obviously thinks that one, or thought that one at some point might be a Gold Cup horse. Maybe it will be. They get over the seventh. They're all safely over. Leon Van Rensburg's got two in this at close range and Chief Minister. Well, it's Zongalero who's clear in the lead, jumping the eighth. From the Bodyguard in second. We discovered, didn't we, the other day that Joshua Sutherland is a Guns N' Roses fan. Well, we've now got to work out, is he going to be a Whitney Houston fan as well? Zongalero in the lead, from the Bodyguard in second. Valiant Prospect is third. Bond Secure is fourth. And Barbarella at close range. Road Heath is after that. Langley Mare. And Graham Clutterbuck looking towards the back. Gold Cup is just the back marker. Lucky Vane as they get to the water jump, which they all take nicely. Zongalero clear. From the Bodyguard second. Bond Secure third, at close range fourth. Then Valiant Prospect is fifth, ahead of Chief Minister. They're taking to the plain one, which they're all over safely with the exception of Chief Minister. Chief Minister was a slow motion faller there. Took his time to go down as they get to this ditch, which the rest of them are all over okay. Zongalero leading by two, to the Bodyguard in second. And Bond Secure is in third, at close range is fourth. And Valiant Prospect and Langley Mare, with Barbarella on the outside of Road Heath. And the two out of shot are Lucky Vane and Gold Cup. Paul Parsons and Matt Cooper, but it's Zongalero for John Morgan that continues to lead. They've only got a mile left to go now. And the Bodyguard is about 4 lengths back in second for Josh. In Bond Secure for James Shares. They get over the 13th, which they're all safely over. At close range is getting much closer now for Leon, and then also Langley Mare up the inside for Graham Clutterbuck and his Welsh flag colours as they get over the 14th. Good jump there as well by Road Heath is getting back into it. Barbarella is starting to run on. Valiant Prospect has lost a lot of ground and is now dropping back. But it's Zongalero who's continuing to lead. A good 2.5 lengths into this ditch, 15th of the 19, over it nicely. and clear by a good 2.5 lengths to At Close Range in second. The Bodyguard is in third. Road Heath looks a big danger. So too does Langley Mare. Bond secures after that. This is the 16th of the 19th. Over it they go. Mistake by Lucky Vane towards the rear, but now Road Heath has gone into the lead. Langley Mare's immediately tried to cover the run as they start to swing towards the straight where they've got 3 more fences to take. And it's Langley Mare and Road Heath who've gone on from At Close Range. Zongolero suddenly backpedaling. Then Bond secure and the Bodyguard probably forget the rest. Barbarella and Valiant Prospect with a lot of work to do if they're going to get into it, but it's Road Heath who's gone on by a couple now from At Close Range, who moves into second as Langley Mare hits the wall. Then comes the Bodyguard. This is the third last over it. Oh, and a mistake there by At Close Range. Langley Mare also hits it hard, but it's Road Heath by 2. Here comes At Close Range, and At Close Range is now getting really close to Road Heath over that second last, and it's At Close Range who jumps clear into the lead. Now all of a sudden Road Heath's got nothing left, short running final fence. Over it they go. At Close Range is over it clear. Good 4 to 5 lengths clear, and At Close Range is going to take the Kauto Star. It's At Close Range who takes it for Leon Van Rensburg. Second is the Bodyguard for Joshua Sutherland, then Road Heath, Zongolero, Bond Secure, Langley Mare, Lucky Vane, Valiant Prospect, Barbarella, and all the way back to Gold Cup, who was the last one to finish. But it's a win for Leon. And At Close Range, second the Bodyguard, Joshua Sutherland, third Road Heath for Darren Thompson, fourth was Zongolero for John Morgan, and back in fifth was the James Shea horse Bond Secure.